Hey everyone, welcome back to another Friday night devotional. We had a good week. It's pretty cold this week. Some freezing rain, sleet, maybe even some snow for some of you guys, and hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe. Last week we talked about running away from get rich quick schemes, trying to make money quick and fast. In other words. Tonight, we're actually going to a different topic, maybe an area where you may not be very familiar with, and I hope that you don't get familiar with it as you live your life. We're actually going to talk about gambling and the harm that gambling brings into our lives. So, if you can open up your Bible on your phone, on your computer, on your physical Bible to Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 2. Just going to read that one verse. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. It says this: Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death. Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death. I'm not sure if you ever thought about this, but have you ever thought about winning the lottery? I know that I have many times. In 2018, that was the last time that this data shows, Americans, the US, of course, spent around $76 billion. That's billion on lotteries alone. $76 billion on just lotteries in the year 2018. In that one year, Americans living in the United States spent around $76 billion on just lottery. Now, from that, total gambling losses in the United States are estimated at over $140 billion a year. So it's not just in 2018, but just estimation every year. So, what does it say about the way that many of us view and pursue money? Well, I think it says a lot. $1 billion and a lot of $1 billion, a lot. Well, only two things can happen when you gamble. Both are bad. You will probably lose. Most likely, you will lose. In which case, you have been a bad steward of the resources that God has given you. It's like God has given you the money to use it well, but you go put that in gambling so that you can get more back, thinking that that's going to happen, or that you have a good chance that that's going to happen. But then you end up losing, and you will lose most of the time. Probably all the time, to be honest. Now, I say that because gambling is addictive. I don't know from personal experience, but from hearing from people who struggled with gambling addiction, that it is highly addictive. Those who start out planning to lose only a small amount sometimes can be addicted and lead themselves to money destruction. Some try to get out of their money problems by gambling, thinking that they will get the money that they need to get out of their problems, but almost always find themselves in deeper and deeper trouble. So this is one thing. Can happen. The other bad thing that can happen is that you could win, but then you could be like, winning? Yeah, isn't that a good thing, right? But here's what happens when you win at gambling. You have won at the expense of others, other people, other gamblers, so to speak. The person who wins rarely, probably all the time, the person who wins in gambling has not worked skillfully to make a product or service that others appreciate. Instead, the person who wins in gambling has taken the money of others without offering them anything of value in return. It may be that a person is lucky, but even if the person wins because he or she is skilled at, I don't know, some game like poker or some other gambling game, he or she is either cheating others or taking advantage of others' foolishness. Now, some people might say that they don't risk large amounts of money, but simply enjoy spending a few dollars here and there on lottery tickets or when they go to a casino, and they know when to stop and how much not to put into it. They're just doing it for fun. While many would say that they can do this because of the freedom that they have now as believers, or Christian liberty, it should not be a choice that you make so easily without even thinking about it or reflecting on the choice that you will make. And here's the thing what gambling does. Gambling harms society by sabotaging work ethic, as people hope to gain wealth, lots of money, without skillful labor, without working for it. Gambling also brings nonsense thinking. Here's the odds of winning the lottery or a casino jackpot. It's ridiculously small. It's very small. It is often the poor who can least afford to lose their money who spend the highest percentage of their earned money on lottery tickets and casinos. And gambling is often motivated by greed and may lead to, most likely, to financial destruction. Turn with me to 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 9 through 10. That's 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 9 through 10. If you read with me, it says this: "But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving, the love of money, that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs." Gambling that is motivated by a love for money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some Christians, wanting money, have wandered from the faith and hurt themselves with this motivation. Gambling that is motivated by love for money usually involves other evils such as drunkenness, drug abuse, sexual immorality. Now, perhaps many believe that money will prevent discomfort, make your life last longer, or even prevent death. But read Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2 again with me. It says this: "Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death." It is righteousness that delivers you from death. The righteousness of Christ places on you through his death on the cross, and the righteous life that Christ teaches and enables you to live as you work for his glory. Some questions to think about tonight on your own is this. Many argue for gambling. They say the benefits of it, how it helps with certain areas in society, whatnot. They argue for it. How would you answer those who say that the lottery is a good thing or casinos are a good thing because the money the lottery company makes helps public schools without raising taxes? I'm not sure if you ever knew that, but that is pretty much the argument that many lottery companies or the lottery company makes. Now, many would say that gambling a small amount is a freedom that a Christian can exercise. Just a little bit. It's not bad. If so, how should one decide whether to exercise this freedom or not? Some questions for you to think about tonight based on tonight's devotional. Yeah, you guys are doing well. Stay safe, be warm, continue to be in prayer and the Word. You can always reach out to me if you have any questions or any comments that you would like to make based on tonight's devotional, maybe just to clear things up for you. I'm always here for you guys on that. But until next Friday night's devotional, you guys enjoy. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Peace.